Well, of course you're depressed. You never leave the house. Your life isn't over just because hers is. I'm sorry, but it's true. Don't give up hope. You're going to meet someone else and be just as happy as you ever were. Just as happy. I'm tired of hearing it. What I'm going through, what I'm feeling, it's nobody's business but my own. I don't even know how to begin opening up to anyone who isn't Natalie. 10 years of feeling her warmth pressed against me when I wake. 10 years of whispering to each other in the dark. 10 years of making plans which will never be fulfilled. 9 months of drinking until I pass out on the couch with the TV on. I haven't been able to sleep in the bed we shared since breast cancer stole my wife from me. Hell, I've barely been able to sleep at all, and by the way people talk to me, I know they can tell. They're right, of course, but that only makes it harder. Knowing they're right, and still being unable to do anything about it is such a frustrating feeling, like realizing the right 51 sleepless nights 286. Answer after you've already turned in your test. But I'm working through the grief in my own way. It has been a confusing time for me, but I've started keeping this journal to help me process my thoughts. While I will never forget her, in time I will learn to move on. I'm meeting someone for dinner tonight. I won't call it a date, it probably is, but I don't want to put my mind in that place yet. Sarah, the daughter of an older client, is in town and I've promised to entertain her for the evening. I guess she has some self-esteem issues, and I'm supposed to make her feel better about herself. We've chatted a few times and she's laughed at some of the things I said, even though I know they weren't funny. I would have even called her beautiful at a time when I still looked at women that way. Well, here goes nothing. Why the fuck didn't I listen to myself? I knew it was too soon. I felt tense the moment I sat down with her. I should have just left then. Everything was going fine though, more than fine, she was fantastic, but then she started humming that damn My Heart Will Go On song. The one song stuck in her head just had to be the first song Natalie and I danced to at our wedding. What are the chances? I feel like an idiot for jumping up and racing to the bathroom. I don't know how long I stayed in there, but I was half hoping she would be gone when I came out. To her credit, Sarah just laughed it off and acted like nothing happened. She did ask one strange thing though. She asked what Natalie would have thought about her. What an awkward silence that was. All I could manage was my wife would have been happy to see me having a good time. That was a lie, of course. I couldn't exactly tell her that Natalie was the jealous type. If she knew I was out on a date now, then 6 feet of dirt wouldn't Tobias Wade. Com 287 be enough to stop her. Sarah is so sweet to still worry about that even with Natalie gone, we're getting drinks again. She was even the one to invite me. I can't believe it. Natalie is the only one to ever chase me before. I've heard girls sometimes find men who are suffering to be the most attractive. Our indifference gives them a challenge, our damage gives them something to fix. I'm honestly excited about it. Even if nothing else happens, this will be good for me. She actually reminds me of Natalie a lot. The way she cups my hand in hers when she leans in to talk, and then there's the way she bites her lip when she's holding back a smile. She even wears the same kind of long dress with the high belt my wife used to wear, although she has the type of body which would do well in something more revealing. Now that I think about it, Sarah and Natalie really have a lot in common. You don't think that? No, it's impossible. Natalie is gone. I wanted to move on, right? And that's never going to happen by entertaining such ridiculous thoughts. Okay, this is getting weird though. Sarah won't stop mentioning Natalie. She spent the whole evening asking about how we met, and what I liked about her, and how we spent our time together. It was hard enough talking about my dead wife on a date, but then Sarah would stare at me as though she was analyzing my every answer. How am I supposed to forget Natalie like this? No, not forget. I didn't mean forget, I'll never forget, but I think I want to. Is that so wrong? If thinking about her brings me nothing but sadness, is it so wrong to want to be happy? Natalie would have thought so. I promised I would never love anyone like I loved her. I promised she could never be 51 sleepless nights 288 replaced. Could she really still be holding me to that promise? What if Sarah was only a test? What if Natalie is still watching me, waiting for me to fail? I need to go for a walk. Natalie is coming over to my place tonight. I mean Sarah, I mean Natalie, I mean, the girl won't stop calling me. I'm getting text messages every 10 minutes. Whatever I turn the conversation to, she always redirects it back to my dead wife. Natalie is still with me, I know it. She doesn't want me to move on. When she comes over tonight, I'm going to ask her straight out. If she says she's Sarah, if she says she isn't my wife, I'll leave it at that. But if she admits her spirit is still here, I don't know. I'll do whatever I can to help her find peace. Natalie has traveled to the other side. I'm finally free. For the first time since her death, her presence is finally gone. I didn't have the courage to ask the girl right away. I could tell she was reserved too, so we both had a couple of drinks. I knew I needed to ask, but it still felt so awkward and wrong, so I just kept drinking. Finally, I was able to push the words out. Are you really Sarah, or are you Natalie's spirit? I'm everything she was, she said, and she kissed me. I closed my eyes, and I could taste Natalie's lips. I ran my fingers through Natalie's hair, and felt my wife's hands on my chest. It was so good to hold her again, even if this was the last time. It was so good to feel her skin beneath my hands. It was so good to choke the life out of her, sending her spirit back to rest. Tobias Wade, Com289. I hope she stays gone. This is the third time I've had to send Natalie back to the other side. I'm working through my grief in my own way though, and once Natalie has finally let go of me, I think I'll be able to let go of her too. As long as I have a body beside me, I think I can finally sleep in my bed again tonight. Sometimes a song is just a song. Sometimes a smile is just a smile. Some people are meant to be alone.